Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Elisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
This is your 3 p.m. news update on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Umarajan Singh. Good afternoon. Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi faces a five-way fight for his marginal San Fernando West seat in August 10th general election. This is according to the notice of taking a poll published on Monday on the Elections and Boundaries Commission website. A low-pressure system in the Atlantic, which the Met Office has been closely monitoring, has been upgraded to a potential tropical cyclone. Current analyses suggest that on its projected track, the center of the system is forecast to move north of TNT. Former deputy leader of the People's National Movement, Nafisa Mohammed, in a strongly worded statement on Tuesday, resigned from the party as she accused the government of arrogance and of ignoring her concerns about her community. Regionally, the Cayman Islands have reported no COVID-19 cases in 2 weeks. The chief medical officer reported 269 tests, resulting that were carried out over the weekend, and all of them were negative. Internationally, the head of Germany's public health agency has said he is very concerned by rising infections in the country. These are some of the stories making the news at this time. Join us at 4 p.m. for major news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Umar Atkinson. Good afternoon.
yourself a poppy show, Melda. You making yourself a bloody clown. Up and down the country looking for Obia. And you're perspiration smells so strong. Well, girl, you only wasting time. Oh, your wedding bells don't chime, and you can't trap me with necromancy. Melda, oh, you making wedding plan, carrying me name to Obia man. All you do can't get through. I still ain't gonna marry to you. The amount of incense that you burn at night, lad and gallic stinking up me place. So much different color candles that you light, rubbing red lavender in your face. Well, nastiness will cause your death. You're no man can stand your breath. You're too damn nasty, get away from me. Melda, oh, you making wedding plan, carrying me name to Obia man. Can't get through. I still am gonna marry to you. If you really want a wedding ring, Melda, there are many other ways and means, like scrubbing your teeth and bathing regular. Soap and water keeps you fresh and clean, yes. Dress up in the latest style. Always wear a charming smile. Some kunu bound to say I do. Melda, oh, you making wedding plan, carrying me name to Obia man. All you do can't get through. I still ain't gonna marry to you. Look how many nights we hung up tight, tight, tight. All we ever know was love and peace. Now every minute is only fight, fight, fight. Till you use it, Obia man, for breeze. Well, you don't seem to understand. Obia can't upset my plan. For Papa Nisa is my grandfather. Melda, making wedding plan, carrying me name to Obia man. All you do can't get through. I still am gonna marry to you.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
Petersfield Builder Source, hardware, electrical and plumbing supplies. Conveniently located in Petersfield, Chaguanas. Come check us out for all your hardware, electrical and plumbing supplies. Telephone us on 232-7495 or 323-0048. Petersfield Builder Source, your number one hardware, electrical and plumbing supplies.
Minutes after the top of the hour. Thank you, Irma, for a 3 p.m. news update here on U975 FM. Good afternoon to all our listeners and all our viewers on YouTube on RCL U975. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. How is the weather treating you this afternoon? I see it's a bit cloudy outside. 12 days before that big day. That's right, 12 days before you stain your finger in the electoral ink. You know, your role, each one of your roles will be more important than ever. I was taking a look at the United States and how they choose their women in position, in power. You know, in 100 years after women won the right to vote, the United States may get its first woman vice president. That is because Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden, with Senators Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris, has said that he will pick a woman to be his running mate. What makes prime ministers choose their ministers, and do they augur well with the community? Does either party allow for more women to participate and hold important positions in cabinet, in government? Call me in and let me know how you feel. What about the call that you, the community, have been making out there for ministers of government to be preempted from serving as members of parliament? And how does it affect their role? You know, I was discussing earlier in the newsroom with my colleague Nicole about how many times I have attempted to reach several candidates out there and they don't seem to have time to speak. What will happen when they become ministers of government and hold power in office? What will happen then? They will be even more busy. They will be busier. You mightn't even get to see their faces. Then how are they going to serve as members of parliament? We have seen on the news front lately that Nafisa Mohammed, she have resigned from the People's National Movement. She said she's standing firmly behind Saddam Hussein, that is the United National Congress candidate. And this issue where a couple callers yesterday indicated that they are working as farm workers in Canada and they claim that they have no representation. I did not forget you. I've spoken with Clyde Weatherhead. He's expected to join me via telephone on the program sometime within the first hour. Where injured employees, they have no benefits. I will try to get in contact with him. He promised to come on air and explain that fact to our listeners. You're locked on to Politics 2020. It's just about 15 minutes after the top of the hour. We can begin to take your calls on 636-7547 or 2275739. Let us say good afternoon and welcome to this first caller. Hello.
Good afternoon. Triple D here.
Yes, Mr. Triple D.
I want to open the bowling part of it.
Go ahead.
You have me?
Yes, go ahead.
I say I want to open the inning this evening. West Indies have lost.
Okay. Well,
that's a good
is that good or bad?
Anyway, Nafisa take too long to resign. Do you know how to treat that lady? For this 5 years, she take too long to resign.
You support her move?
Nafisa is my personal friend. She knows me very well. And I want to give her credit for what she did. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. 636-7547, 227-5739. Call me in and tell me how do you feel the fact that Nafisa Mohammed, a long-standing family with the People's National Movement, have resigned. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Ms. Duki.
Hello.
Well, Ms. Duki, is not only Nafisa Mohammed, you know. It's also Gary Hunt and also the former minister who represented Maruga Tableland. He's now supporting Michelle Benjamin. What's his name? I forget his name.
Clifton Dikoto?
No. The PNM minister.
Oh, PNM?
The former PNM member for Maruga Tableland.
Francis?
No.
No, he's supporting the PNM. Yes, I know.
He was talking
Taylor.
Huh?
Taylor.
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
Taylor.
Yes, he is now supporting the UNC candidate.
He was the MP for, it was Princestown South back then.
Right.
Under Mr. Manning, if I remember correctly.
Right, so he is now supporting Michelle Benjamin, the UNC candidate. You have Gary Hunt is supporting his brother in St. Joseph, Aloy Hunt, and now Nafisa Mohammed. So the exodus, I don't want to call it an exodus, but I'm sure there are other PNM people who are, not brave enough to come out and declare their support for the UNC. So the PNM.
So it is indeed a tight election race.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, you're seeing former ministers of the PNM. You understand? Current members of the PNM, they are all supporting the UNC, and that doesn't spell good for Dr. Rowley and the PNM in this election. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. 636-7547. 2275739. Back in the 2007 general election, when Tableland was part of the Princestown South Tableland constituency. In that election, Princestown North had went to the UNC. Princestown South Tableland was captured by the People's National Movement candidate Peter Taylor. Right? Taylor got 9,108 votes back then. His opponents were Congress of the People, Desmond Lambert, who got just about 1,465 votes, and you had the UNC Clifton Dikoto, who got 7,925 votes in that area. Or that is under Patrick Manning, as the caller indicated. It was the seat was called Princestown South Tableland. It was captured by Peter Taylor. And the caller is right. Mr. Taylor is now supporting the United National Congress, as he have indicated. 636-7547 or 2275739. You can get in live on the program. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And
hello.
Apparently, a lot of times people said the UNC politicians are disorganized.
Mm-hmm.
They seem the ones who didn't gain selection, who Kamala just used and threw out, they seem to be more organized than some of the PNM people like Nafisa and them. While the UNC supporters are praising Nafisa and them today, I am sure both Tiwari comes out and said why he had to leave the party, the UNC party, why he didn't gain selection, and Stacey Rupnarain and company, and people like them, maybe they do like Gypsy. It could be a horse or a different color altogether, no. So at this point, let me say the UNC rejects more organized and disciplined than the PNM stalwarts and them. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. 636-7547 or 2275739. You can get in on the program Politics 2020. Before we take a short commercial break, we will move on to interview Mr. Clyde Weatherhead, who is expecting my call to discuss this issue with Labour and how many of the workers abroad are not represented and why they are not represented. Well, Mr. Weatherhead had an eye-opening statement to make for me, so I asked him to come on the air and explain it. Workers, I hope that the workers are listening, and if you know any farm workers who are giving their labor abroad, for example in Canada, and they are not unionized, and for example they get damaged and they don't have representation, you can call me in 636-7547 2275739. Good afternoon.
Just to say, Anne, that, there's not a question of the UNC rejects. They are not rejects. There's only 39 people could go up. You understand? And if you don't get picked this time, you may get picked, or there's rule for you in the party. You could be in the Senate, you could be head of board or some kind of thing. So it's not rejects. But the PNM do the same thing. When Gypsy went across to the PNM, the same PNM who were cussing and abusing Gypsy, they supported him. You remember the enemy of my enemy is my friend Anne?
Yes.
With Jack Warner?
Of course.
As soon as he left, Dr. Rowley hugged him up and walked with him and having secret meetings with him. So it's the same thing. Today now he's going up as the ILP, they're cussing him again. You understand? So that is how it goes. It's not a question of reject, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. 636-7547 2275739. Let me just say to our listeners out there, you can also WhatsApp us on 378-4975. That's 378-4975. With 20 minutes after the top of the hour, let us take our first commercial break and we will be right back.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liquor, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liquor, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
So guys, the party continues this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, the Hot Like Pepper Reloaded continues from 8 to 12 noon. Sharon Baru alongside DJ Vishal, 12 noon to 3 p.m. The captain takes full flight. Yes, Captain Kendall Juggernaut from 12 noon to 3 p.m. From 3 to 7 p.m. DJ Anil is in with a Hot Like Pepper mix. And from 7 to 1 a.m. the man Corky D is in the building and will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in, log on 975radio.com for the Hot Like Pepper Saturdays Reloaded.
It's Yummy Tummy Time with Ermi. I am Irma Ratan Singh inviting you to join me on Yummy Tummy with Ermi.
Yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy.
Mondays to Thursdays, just after the 10 a.m. news update and Let's Talk Guyana. Yummy Tummy with Ermi brings to you exciting and tasty recipes, and you can even learn to recreate dishes using leftovers. Yummy Tummy with Ermi on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Catch us on YouTube at RCL U975 and Facebook. Remember to eat healthy, stay happy. Happy eating!
Yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNL.
That was a paid political announcement.
I have journeyed greeting in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is a PNM power. PNM, a positive healing power. PNM, moving forward together. PNM, introducing Rishi, my brother.
All of we is one family. All of we is one family. Working together to build this country. When the world was breaking, everyone agreed. When the world was breaking, we happy it was seen. And that is why we voted for our country.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Welcome back, listeners and viewers, to Politics 2020. Let me say good afternoon to Nicole. Good afternoon, Nicole.
Good afternoon to you, Anne, and good afternoon to our listeners on U97.5. Good afternoon to our viewers on YouTube and to our viewers on Facebook as well.
Of course. So there's a lot happening on the political arena.
Very much so.
Things are getting heated up. It seems that
Yes.
the race is even closer than we thought.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your views on Nafisa Mohammed resigning from the People's National Movement?
That was a shocker, given the fact that her family has a history,
a long history.
Yes, being members,
Founding.
long-standing members as well of the People's National Movement. But listening to Miss Mohammed, it seems that she was very, very unhappy.
She was frustrated.
Yes.
Let's hear this caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Anne.
Yes.
You're doing a great job,
Thank you, sir.
and I'm voting for you.
Well, I'll have to file my nomination papers.
I observe ex-sports minister supporting Mr. Rambarak. You're walking with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's how you have to find it out. But you're doing a great job.
Okay, thank you. Where are you calling from?
Me, I calling from Enterprise right now.
Okay,
From
and
Trace.
and how is the campaigning there progressing?
Beg pardon?
How is the campaigning progressing there? Are you seeing more UNC or PNM?
Yeah, I now get hooked up in a traffic jam there with UNC.
Right.
Bandana Mohit.
Yes.
You're doing a great job as a mayor, young mayor. We
Okay.
need young blood.
Good.
We need young blood to do the work.
All right then, sir.
And you're doing a great job.
Thank you. Are you going to vote on August 10th?
I pray they raise your pay.
Oh, wow.
Outstanding job you have been doing.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
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 Well,
Anne, I hope the bosses are
what a-
listening. You got
listening.
a
What-
recommendation there?
Yeah. What a voter there. 6367547 or 2275739. Callers and listeners, you can catch us also on YouTube on RCL U975 FM. And remember, you can also WhatsApp your messages on 3784975. So, Nicole, I was trying to get some of these candidates. As I mentioned to my viewers earlier, from the Opposition United National Congress, not to ill speak any particular party, but I have been getting this swirl around. To go here and go there.
You are not alone, because I've been trying to get the same thing for a morning show, and it's the same thing. It's either the phones are off, they're not taking the call. Sometimes they're gonna call back, they're gonna message, and you're sitting there and you're waiting, and nothing.
What
at
would
all.
happen when they get in power?
And that's the thing.
Let's hear this caller. Good afternoon.
My okay.
Hello.
Nicole.
Hi.
My evening are good enough.
Why is that?
Whole evening yesterday I tried to get you to tell you which part I was in 1990.
Oh. But you got through with Mukesh, didn't you?
I got through. I had to tell Mukesh the story I was supposed to tell you.
Oh my.
I could not tell him.
Well, sir, the lines were ringing off the hook.
I mean, the story I couldn't tell him is I woke out Miss Nicole age technically there when she said,
oh my God, that's what you did.
So I wanted to tell her that by and tell Mukesh.
Well, here what? Although the day have passed, tell me briefly, where were you?
And don't say my age.
When you found out about the coup.
Well, those days I used to be on the road working, doing my same work, but I used to be doing like call outs. So I was in Guayari that day. And I was coming from Guaya. When I reached my Yarrow, about 3:30, I had $400 that big money in them days. And I put it in Republic Bank, my Yarrow, and I drove straight on. When I come down the road, a church at a crusade. So when I reached nearly someone come from Rio, I say, yeah, back at the car. I said, boys, I'm talking chippiness now. He looked like everything. When we done, you were about 3:30. I was showing about 5:30. I stopped by neighbor. I said, what's going on, boy? He said, we're seeing that we just see the TV. We just see kind of music and they had some like that village and all that music going on. So we take it on. I think we still at the cruise in Nigeria. After the Nigeria realized when we see back come on TV, realize it's not like this thing serious. But then after that, people thought that kind of play or something that was real. So that is
Right, yeah, people didn't believe that was actually happening in Trinidad and Tobago.
And those days,
they didn't expect that.
And those that were so far-fetched and for that to happen in Trinidad, we didn't think that could ever happen. Or like an impossibility.
Expect the unexpected, huh?
It came reality. But the politics, it's really interesting. I hear the latest with Nafiza and we watching chicks.
Okay, were you surprised?
Well, you see, right now it's like a late swing, eh? It's like people realizing, like wherever they see the little grass looking green, they will jump. I mean, you can't believe them that is.
That's all right.
All right, I hope I get back in the show my political thoughts.
Okay, thank you.
But Ms. Mohammed stated that she felt disrespected given the fact that she had not seen the PNM's candidate for the area just yet, in 2 weeks ahead of in the lead up to the election.
And that would be
Jason Williams, of course.
Yes.
However, she stated that she saw Mr. Saddam Hussein, who is a UNC candidate, and she saw him twice. So
she is supporting who she is seeing.
Exactly.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon again. I don't know why Nafisa made such a big hullabaloo about if she want to resign. As far as I remember, when she protests, she voiced her opinion when they arrest her family with the suspected terrorist threats in the mosque and so on. You all remember that? There where she lost track with Keith Rowley and he fired her from the PNM or something like that. He removed her and now she resigned. She out of the PNM since that about 2 or 3 years ago.
Yes, she did mention that. She actually said that she felt that she was basically forced into exile.
All right, but it happened since then.
Yes.
And I'm not saying she should resign, but I mean she runs over with them since then. Maybe if he didn't remove her or fire her, she might still be close to the party.
You're saying she's a non-entity then?
Yeah. Secondly, that point you keep making, I never get a chance to talk to you on it because the phone will be busy. When you all try to talk to the UNC candidates and them, right?
Yes.
You can't talk to them. But you even notice something. Even the meetings when you look, you see on the PNM side, you see a battery of speakers delivering, let me say, sermon to win the election. Just how the candidates hiding from you all, I've not seen them delivering any kind of message. It's only the political leader, Kamala. She alone taking on the whole PNM like the last 5 years. She alone. Now, I talk and I know they don't like me, but I am a UNC supporter since in the days at the LP. So, I mean, I hurting about these things.
So, you know why I keep making the point? I want our listeners out there to know, because people are labeling me PNM. I would like them to know that I'm balanced. I have tried many times to bring on the UNC candidates, and they have refused.
We have called them numerous times as well. And
so I would like people out there to know
stories, all types of stories we've been getting.
I have to write long letter and all kind of thing. I might have to write the president just now.
Think so. I don't know why you're hiding, why they're not coming out, why you're not seeing them delivering the speech and so on, like Faris and the rest of the PNM candidates, and so well. Let me see what.
And if I pick up the phone and call Faris now, he will answer.
Definitely, he does answer, as a matter of fact.
So one woman alone want to take on the might of the PNM. In 2015, she was in the 41 constituency. Vote Kamala. Well, what would you do? I have to wait again and see what happens. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. 636-7547, 2275739. It's 25 minutes before the top of the hour. You can call in live on Politics 2020 and tell us how campaigning is progressing in your area. Now, with regards to SEA, Nicole,
Yes.
I understand, yes, it will not be called off.
No, I'm actually looking at a part of the release from the Ministry of Education that says as part of the Ministry of Education's monitoring the impact of the new cases of COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago, the Ministry engaged stakeholders in a meeting today, 28th July, to discuss the way forward. The Ministry of Education officials and stakeholders in education have agreed to keep the date of the 2020 secondary entrance assessment examinations as August 20th, citing the Cisco and psychological effects on students.
Yes, it's having a great impact on students and their mind and
Yes.
their preparedness.
That's right.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, I'm lucky this evening by getting again. You're making up for yesterday. Yeah, well, the SCA thing, at the point in time when school was closed, everybody was a bit, they were a bit we were kind of a little confused, but the exam was just 2 weeks away, and at that point in time, we could have done it, but that time passed already, whatever. But right now, I think the children at that level always keep studying. So I don't think you'll have much chance, and the date would have kind of be too traumatic for them at this point in time. So I want to agree with the ministry at this point in time, let the exam continue. I know we try to be precautious as possible, and the thing about the people have to be honest.
But you don't think the color is back and forth, this tossing back and forth, whether they're going to it's putting additional stress on the students' minds, Remember,
Because
these are
they're
young
not
people.
Sure. They're not sure what is happening.
Remember, these are young children.
The thing about it, people have to be very honest. If you have a little cold or so, don't take it for granted.
Yes.
Go if you have COVID and go and get checked. So you wouldn't really infect anybody in the event it does that. You see, so the few people that infected, the others were a bit irresponsible. And this fella, the salesman fella, you're feeling this little thing for a whole week. Oh gosh, go and check it out now.
Go and check it exactly. Make sure and wear your mask in public.
It's not that you're hiding on the public, you're endangering your own personal family. And
It's
that's
for
what
your
you do.
safety and the safety of
Yeah,
others.
Yeah, so I hope we can encourage people to continue getting us a check and be cautious. Thanks.
Thank you. Continue to call in 636-7547, 2275739 to get in live on Politics 2020.
Well, Annie,
What new else you have seen about the SEA? Some people, parents are saying they should bring up the date.
Yes. Well, Tutor is concerned about it. They are concerned about the reopening of schools and everything, given the fact that we have seen an increase in the number of cases of COVID-19, and worst yet, the fact that 2 students from 2 separate schools were affected as a result.
Affected, yes.
Yeah.
So it's putting additional
additional stress and worry
on the students,
panic on
and
the minds of parents and students.
I understand
as well.
one parent pull his child out of the school because they are unnecessarily worried.
Yes,
they don't want to put their children through that risk. Now, very interestingly, I see Commissioner Griffith is complaining that the Minister of Health does not consult with him.
Well,
he likes to be in the limelight,
Well, I mean,
I know that's your boy.
I'm not going to comment further, but you saw today they had to close the police admin building as well as the one at Riverside Complex because a police officer had tested positive for COVID-19. She and a family member, so they closed 2 floors, the 3rd and the 4th, I believe, for sanitization.
Right, and several callers yesterday were asking why there's no manifesto out. Well, Dr. Rowley have promised that the PNM election manifesto will be out by the end of the week. and will include plans to modernize TNT record keeping. Immediately after the election, he said, there will be a Ministry of Technology and Records to bring about modernization. We're moving things from drawers and getting lost, and you'll be able to pay your bills, do banking, do transaction on the phone. He said every transaction will be a record, and a criminal conduct in government agencies will disappear as all government activity will be recorded. He said OJT recruits will mainly be employed in this field. He said almost 4,000 persons have already applied for the employment relief grant and got it. So that is a report from the PNM.
Yes.
We can look forward to their manifesto.
Well,
next
both
week.
parties have been talking about, the going digital and using technology for a lot of things. And I think that is something that COVID-19 would have taught us, the importance of digital, going digital.
Well, it's already implemented in other countries abroad, That is how they conduct their business. You can't see, you're waiting on a birth paper and it's lost.
Yes.
The original copy is lost in the Red House. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Hello.
Report here.
You're welcome.
I hope that when they have this digital business with the phones and everything on computer and everything, I hope when they make the bubble that recorded too. I hope when they make the bubble that recorded too. Date and time and whatnot.
Okay, sir. Is that your contribution? Okay, thank you. Nicole, I don't know if you're too young to remember. Remember in the days when your birth paper was stored at the Red House in Port of Spain?
I always have my birth paper at home and I wouldn't.
No, the original. If you want to get a copy, you had to go to the Red House.
Really?
Yes, you didn't have a Ministry of Legal Affairs.
Well, I
that was non-existent then.
I'm a bit too young to know this.
You're selling out my age. That means I'm too old.
Then they would say, Anne, you're sitting next to a baby.
636-7547, 2275739. You can call us in live if you have a comment to make on any one of the issues of the day. Right? We're saying that PEP leader wants the elections postponed.
Yes.
Right? But let me say that analyst Reginald Dumas said that is not possible. Although there's a call from political analysts for stricter enforcement of COVID health protocols during election campaigning, including for opposition leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar to wear a mask.
Yes.
I see that call have been made. She have been in several photographs, including Sunday at that women's luncheon at Achievers.
Yes.
And she was not wearing a mask, and that was notable. And many photographs you have seen the Prime Minister, and he is wearing a mask. So there have been called by political analysts for the opposition leader to lead by example. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anne.
Hello.
And good afternoon to the little baby girl.
Good afternoon.
You mean we reached that position now? They're calling I hit to kill
a political leader.
The political leader? $5 million? that way we reach to now? So desperate?
Well, it's election time. You can expect anything.
Because I hear the Attorney General belching last night that the kind of thing they're going to do down in San Fernando. Where they get this money from? Like you see washing up some money down there or what? Where they getting this money from? All the time they have money to buy medication for the people in Trinidad. Now you have money where you're going to spend $700 million, you say? Where they getting this money from? How much money they spend on this COVID?
Well, according to the Prime, that figure wasn't given, but he said 4,000 unemployed persons applied twice for the employment. Twice? Oh my, I didn't know that.
Some persons, yes.
Applied twice, and did they get it?
Well, if they
I'm not sure if they got it or not, but
if they applied for that,
and they didn't get through.
And 3 months passed and me again.
Yeah, they were unsure, so they reapplied. They reapplied. That is what happened.
That is what happened. But if you give it a check, I'm sure you have a record who gets and who I get, and you computerize it.
Unless they are careless.
Exactly. Or you want to give your friends and family 2 and 3 times, you could go ahead. Because I know people who apply up to now, they didn't get a reply back or nothing on it. And they said they give out so much 1,000 people. You hear this man will be talking. I give out so much 1,000 people this check. I give out so much 1,000 that check. And if you ask anybody, hey, I think I get one. But if you ask 100 people, 4 go say they get, and the 96 will say they get. So where the money gone? Who get it? It comes just like the flooding. Eh? The pick and choose to give people the flooding. But look at the people in Woodland. They get 3 flooding and they get a penny yet. Yeah? But Greenville get, and Greenville get a house repair and everything. Yeah? So one different kind of people living in town and one different kind of people living in south. Or people living in town and animal living in south. That's how they counting it. Only boy, don't get so desperate now, boy. If you get a little quarters, stay quiet. Everybody get quarters and gone. Stay quiet. All right,
Okay, thank you. 636-7547. 2275739. Let us take a short commercial break. And when we come back, we'll try and link up with Mr. Clyde Weatherhead.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liquor, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liquor, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
3:47 in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. It's Back to Politics 2020. There were some callers that were calling us during the commercial break. You can call us back now if you wish to have your voice heard on any matter that we were discussing. You know, Nicola, I was informing the listeners about the Moruga table and seat and how it was renamed, how it was divided. Now you have Peter Taylor, who was a strict PNM supporter under the Manning administration. Now he is clearly supporting the UNC.
Yes, he is.
Yes. So we are seeing a lot of swings happening.
Yes,
back and forth.
The latest being Nafiza Mohammed,
yes,
stated that she's going to be supporting Saddam Hussein of the United National Congress.
That's a trend that occurs during the election period, isn't it?
Yes, very much so. Then you saw the former Justice Minister Herbert Volney saying that he's going to be supporting Terence Dial Singh in St. Joseph.
Yes.
And we also saw Gary Hunt, working with his brother.
Who was
a former sports minister under the PNM. That's right.
The flagman. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon, yeah. Up in the table at Moruga here, if you observe, they're jumping on any bandwagon where any seat that's not there, they're jumping on seats where they could swing seats then. Because if it's so, they're jumping on a seat like a real opposition seat then. and support.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even check out that trend because the Sama Barata seat is a marginal and could swing any side. And with the way the breeze blowing,
Wait,
most likely, yeah.
Sawa Barata, but so is Tabler and
Yes,
Moruga.
that's right.
I said so yesterday during speaking about that seat. I said any seat that is within 3,000 voting range is considered a marginal seat.
Not even 3,000, Moruga Table on that 1,000 and Sama
Well, it was 510 or so.
Yeah, and that's those seats close. Like
They are very much marginal.
But it could change anyhow within the last few days. But we have 40% of the people that on the poll not voting.
Well, exactly. That should be the real concerns of the political leaders.
Yes,
that was my main point yesterday. To try and convince those who do not want to vote. Find out why they don't want to vote and see if you can get them out.
People are disenchanted, and that's the reason why they don't want to vote.
And do you also realize a lot of the youths don't want to come out and vote?
Yes.
They don't care. They simply don't care whether it's red or yellow or green in power.
Yes.
All right, take care.
Okay, take care.
Well, we've seen Lahawkett at Alparo. A lot of young people are in support of Miss Jillian Johns, so I think that she will get good support when it comes to the young people in that area.
Yes.
Yes.
636-754-7-227-5739. Call us in if you wish to get on to the program. Kamala says she make Trinis abroad. Government making Trinis abroad homeless. Well, Nicole, you think that they should open the borders and let these people in?
Given the current situation, no way, not at all. Because we can't even detect where those recent cases of COVID-19
came from.
Exactly. They're still doing contact tracing, so there's nothing to say that, well, or to confirm that it came from abroad, or we don't know what is happening, so why would we want to risk this right now?
Well, on the other side of the argument, people are saying, oh, the government have abandoned their own. Hello, good afternoon. Yes.
If Kamala want to bring them in, she have a big place in Philippines. Why she have fenced it wrong and bring them up for them there?
They can be quarantined there.
If you're so fighting to bring them in, Kamala, don't mind as a strong supporter of UNC, but
Yes.
if you're so fighting to bring them in, all the time they're living happy. Now they want to come for what?
Exactly. They want to run away. They ran out. Some of them probably ran away from Trinidad, and now they want to run back.
To build Trinidad, they don't want to build Trinidad. They want to build the white man. And rub with the white man, the sun don't shine. All they want to go there, well, stay there. Why you want, Kamala, you want to bring them 6 Philippines and bring them and put them there. Put them all, you have a big mansion, put them on top below all that because you and your grandchildren and your son and daughter-in-law all can't afford the house. Block up all downstairs, block up all down where you're making the garden and put them there. Rent 3-4 tent up, put it down. And bring them and put them there, Kamala. This dotish thing you're getting on with.
Okay, caller. Take it easy.
Calm down.
Take it easy. Don't raise your pressure. 636-7547-227-5739. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon to the two Miss Dookies in the studio.
Good afternoon. Eric.
Hey,
I played your song yesterday, eh?
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
to the end of the show. I mean, really, you wasn't
That means
listening?
he wasn't listener?
My Lord.
Yesterday I was very much busy.
You were
because,
on the road, I know.
Yeah. But
Yes, I
listen,
found
today-
it. I found it.
Let me tell you what transpired in Port of Spain today in Rice Road. I was in that facility around 11:30 this morning when that rain was pouring. And 5 PTSD buses, let me repeat it, 5 big PTSD buses with the entourage of police of 7 motorbike police in front of 2 police vehicles to the back of the motorbike. And to the back of the buses had about 6 police vehicles with the sirens on and flashing lights, bullying people to go to the side of the road to make room for them. These buses were coming from where? Chagaramas.
Oh.
And these buses, yeah.
So those
these
were the
add-
Spanish or what?
Add it up. So you see now, they have been removed from Chagaramas and go to the proper detention center or the proper quarantine areas that the government has designated for people to go into quarantine. So the taxpayers of Trinidad and Tobago now have to spend money to quarantine these Venezuelans who came into this country illegally. And I'm asking myself the question. You asked Nicole a question, should we open the borders at this particular time? And I would say no. I will always repeat what I said on the program. The government has enough money from other countries that organizations send to this country to help deal with people who are went on vacation and get trapped abroad. who can come back home in time before the borders close. We can supply them with that type of help.
You can send them, yes, financial help.
But the other question lies, and Nicole, is this. Is the government really hiding information from the general public? In a sense that we as population here, many citizens on the ground, and Nicole, I hit the ground every single day, and I work the East-West corridor from Carolina straight to Mayaro, Riasaro Beach. You know that. And the word on the ground is that we have community spread. And yet, talk on the ground is that by weekend coming, they're going to start to revert back to no beaches, no rivers, and they might want to close by.
I wouldn't be too surprised.
Right. You know why? Because the Minister of Health has said it, people should be wearing masks. You just said it on the radio that people who are canvassing is not wearing masks and they're not social distancing. If this virus is spreading as we are seeing it spread in families who have never had travel history, but getting contact with people who came into this country legally and harboring them, we know that community spread is on its way. We as citizens trying to do the right thing by obeying the health guidelines. Many of us, we are trying our best. But then you have some of them who are not obeying these guidelines and they are putting the lives of other citizens, including myself, yourself, and other families at risk. So when you look at the whole scenario, they say what good for one, good for all. And I listened to the doctor who did the brief meeting yesterday and said, a reporter asked a question, so if everybody comes to this country, is it mandatory they have to go to a government facility that is demanded for that was named quarantine? And the doctor said yes. So that draws back to the question. When we have certain people coming into this country, we did not hear they went into the government detention quarantine area. They went home. So you see, misinformation is being spread from the top. Then you have the public now crying out and saying we have community spread. I would like the Minister of Health, together with the Minister of National Security, come out clean and really tell the population, let the population be in a mood that, we have to wear a mask if we're going outside and every single business place I go in, I get so accustomed. I wash my hands, spend about 10 minutes washing my hands, putting on the mask, entering, doing my work and come back. And when I come back, I'm still washing my hands again. I get so accustomed to it now. But we are seeing people not doing this.
It has become the new norm, yes.
This is how the virus is going to spread when we just have a lackadaisical attitude and we're not looking at the real fact. Because look at America, the greatest country in the world, and the greatest country in the world today has fallen, and people not looking at that. But you know what? I'm calling on the Minister of National Security and the Minister of Health and the CMO to come clean with this information, because when Mr. Gary Griffith would give that letter to the social media, and Nicole, I think I sent you that on WhatsApp only this morning, or I sent you it on 97.5 FM. There was a police officer who was tested positive, right? I got that news because I was in Santa Cruz early this morning when that news broke. So you see, it is spreading, and yet they will not come out and tell the population. And I think by now it's time that they already come out and tell the population, make it mandatory that we wear masks. You cannot wear masks. The Minister of Health said in the past, you can wear a face shield if you're suffering with bronchitis and asthma and wheezing, you can wear a face shield. I think by now, we should start getting that mandatory. And the Venezuelans and them, well, hear what? By tomorrow you will hear, and a press briefing, how much of them in Quora, how much of them in Cuba. And you know what? It's going to keep coming because they lock the borders down. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you very much. It's just about 2 minutes before the top of the hour. We can squeeze in one more call if you wish to call in on Politics 2020. And that issue with the police, one police there testing positive for COVID. I saw that it was reported in the press today. Yes, and it was kept a secret until it was let out. Well, coming up just at 4 p.m. is the afternoon news, major news at 4 with Irma Ratanzing. Right after that, it's a continuation of Politics 2020.
Something for everyone. 975
97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Elisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
This is the 4 p.m. news on U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Uma Ratan Singh. Good afternoon. Former deputy political leader of the People's National Movement, Nafisa Mohammed, has signalled her intentions to support the United National Congress candidate for Sanwa Barataria, Saddam Hussein. This comes after she announced her resignation from the party. Mohammed said, with 2 weeks to go before the election, she has not seen the PNM's candidate for the area, Jason Williams, who is contesting the seat for the PNM.
I did indicate that on Sunday, Saddam came into Mohammedville for the second time, and I embraced him and I wish him the very best. I am simply exercising my freedom of choice. I am not holding any position of authority in this country, and I think now is the time and true because it's 2 weeks before the elections. And you want to tell me that the PNM candidate has not yet reached into Mohammedville? This is where a foundation member of the PNM, his roots are buried here.
Mohammed described the situation as disrespectful.
I did indicate that on Sunday, Saddam came into Mohammedville for the second time, and I embraced him and I wish him the very best. I am simply exercising my freedom of choice. I am not holding any position of authority in this country, and I think now is the time and true because it's 2 weeks before the elections. And you want to tell me that the PNM candidate has not yet reached into Mohammedville? This is where a foundation member of the PNM, his roots are buried here.
Mohammed said she felt as though she was forced into exile as a source of punishment.
I wish to state publicly that since 2018, I have felt as though I was forced into exile as a form of punishment for being outspoken about the injustices I witnessed firsthand in my community.
Political leader of the Trinidad Humanity Campaign, Marcus Ramkissoon, has issued a challenge to the political leaders of the People's National Movement and the United National Congress. He called on Dr. Keith Rowley and Kamla Persad-Bissessar to face each other in a debate. Ramkissoon was speaking on U-Talk this morning.
Mr. Prime Minister and Opposition Leader, I hereby this morning issue an official challenge to both of you to have a political debate before the election day this 2020 on any topics you would like. And listen, I make it better. We will pay for it if need be.
Ramkissoon explained reasons why he believes these leaders will not accept the challenge.
I will debate with anyone on any topic. You know why it doesn't do it? Because they don't have any new ideas. They don't know how to do they know they will be out debated by someone that they normally put down, and they will be really embarrassed. But here's what, I return the challenge. We'll pay for it. We'll do it. Any one of your members, any day, anytime, please debate with us.
The Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association has expressed its concern over the closure of 2 primary schools as a result of COVID-19. The association issued an advisory to its members on Tuesday. It stated that it is sympathetic to the anxiety being expressed by parents, students, and teachers because of these closures. Tutor urged its members to report any unsafe situation to their principals and to the association as a matter of urgency. It also encouraged all users of school compounds to follow the guidelines of the Ministry of Health. Meanwhile, Tutor reminded the Ministry of Education that it has a legal responsibility to ensure a safe, working environment for teachers. It also renewed its call for infrared thermometers along with trained personnel to supervise its use. Regionally, the results are in, and the annual Antigua-Barbuda Hampton Challenge Regatta was celebrated in style as the race festivities provided entertainment and excitement for the winners and attendees. Close to 30 vessels entered the race this year. All are passionate sailors who were eagerly competing to win the prize, the chance to participate in next year's Antigua Sailing Week, which will be held from April 27th to March 3rd in the UNESCO World Heritage Site at Nelson's Dockyard. Internationally, the number of COVID-19 cases in India's capital, Delhi, has fallen in the past 2 weeks, allowing more markets to reopen. But officials are worried that many people are still not wearing masks or following social distancing in public places. They have said such practices can have devastating consequences. Officials, including Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, have urged people to follow social distancing and hygiene rules. And on to the weather forecast. For the period this afternoon until tonight, Trinidad will be mostly cloudy with isolated showers and a medium chance of the isolated thunderstorm, with these conditions persisting into the nighttime. Gusty winds and street flooding can be expected in areas under heavy showers and thunderstorms. Seas moderate, waves up to 2 meters in open waters and less than 1 meter in sheltered areas. Currently, it's 28 degrees Celsius. And that brings us to the end of the news to 4 p.m. Join us at 6 p.m. for more news. I am Umaratan Singh. Good afternoon.
That was Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
5 minutes before the top of the hour. Thank you, Irma, for that 4 p.m. news update. Let us go back
after
to the lines.
After the top of the hour, Anne, not
yes,
before.
After. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Anne.
Hello.
Sorry to call at this point in the day. What is happening here is...
Don't ever be sorry.
The whole question of, the border being locked down. I'm hearing the government saying and spokespeople saying that the border is locked down. That's a misnomer. That's a deception. You lock down the airport and probably the walls and whatnot. But the fact remains is that people been coming into this country from the southwestern peninsula. The Venezuelans been coming all the time. So this nonsense about I will lock down the border and we didn't lock down the border and the government, as a matter of fact, they were being, because they were told. People were complaining about that all the time and they're being reckless and irresponsible. But every time they speak, they try to avoid, rule out the whole question of the Venezuelan migrants coming in here. Some of them may have been asymptomatic. I mentioned that yesterday. And they are responsible for what is going on here because they focus and they believe that the job is all over.
It's an in-house ring that they have set up. A ring that they have set up with the help of Trinidadians. And the police is aware of it. I keep highlighting that story on several programs.
Right.
And the police, they are aware of it, as well as the customs officer.
Yeah, but the ultimate responsibility for the national security and controlling our border is the Minister of National Security.
Of course.
That is his responsibility. And I'm saying he had neglected that. And all they were masquerading all about the place about, we did number 2 in the world and who is like Winston Churchill. They fought big battle, big war. And they ignored the port of entry. And now they're saying they don't know where it comes from. Yes, you had the port, you locked down the airport and the port, but you left the borders exposed. And I am 2 to 1. I might be speculating, but I am of the firm belief that the people brought in this thing from the mainland. And I'm saying that, and the question about whether you're going to bring people from Trinidadians outside, they are citizens of this country. And don't follow other people. You have to have compassion and empathy for your people. They are citizens, they belong here. And every country in the world, we've brought back the people home. Jamaica brought the people back home in the plane load. What you have to do is to make the necessary arrangements and the protocol and process your people into the country. That is what you should be doing all the months gone by. You should be doing. They didn't do that. And the number of people who remain outside there wanting to come in, they have grown exponentially. And that is where the challenge is. But every country in the world, in Europe, all about, they've been bringing back their people. And Trinidadian people, I heard people on other stations belonging to a different kind of thinking. If your brother outside or your mother outside or your sister outside for whatever reason, they may be studying and whatnot, they're like paupers in the metropolitan state countries. They have no money. They have no jobs in those countries to give anybody. They're not getting any insurance, unemployment insurance. How are they going to live? Or they'll try and get a half, right? You have to process these people. And I'm saying that the whole processing of people coming from, that will go on for a long time until and unless you are able to find a vaccine. This thing
which wouldn't be anytime soon. Which would not be anytime soon.
No, so you'd always have to be processing people coming from outside. And this nonsense I hear, Trinidadians, all you don't play, all you're so heartless, you know. All you have to have compassion. Every country, Barbados, Grenada, St. Lucia, Germany, America, everybody is
they have looked after their own, of course.
Telling me about let them stay outside there. So I inside, the bandit running behind my brother outside who come out from some church or come out and study in the night. And let me open that door now. Let him stay outside. I mean, oh God, man. All you think now, man. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. 636-7547 2275739. Tell us how you feel about reopening of the borders to let our citizens in. And this is not about election, Nicole. It's about people having their families out there and they are not able to sustain themselves. We'll talk about it after this call. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome. Caller, are you there? Okay, that person got shy. So there are families out there who are appealing with the Prime Minister to let their families in. Let them come in because they cannot. Some of them cannot afford to sustain themselves out there. Nicole.
Well, Anne,
there are two sides to the argument, I know.
Yes, and my argument would have been the fact that we do not have the facilities to keep
quarantine
all
them.
These persons in quarantine, especially within the recent days. Remember the school in Maraval, 90 persons are basically affected by this. They are undergoing testing and they're in quarantine. Then we have the Tacarigua Presbyterian School. Then we have the families of all those new cases.
But what we have, like this last caller saying, is that we have people coming into our borders all the time.
Well,
unsuspected. Hello, good afternoon.
Tell me something if you all know. And so I'm not addressing your co-host there, man, and your co-host, right? Our people, Trinidadians who are outside of this country that wants to come home at this point in time, are they all people who went on vacations or medical or students, or there are some people who...
They are for various reasons.
Pardon me?
They are among various reasons. Some of them are students, some of them are out on cruise and so on.
Yes.
Some of them were on simple vacations, different reasons, but they are all residents of TNT.
Yeah, but I know if you live there in Canada and America all the time, you just can't decide whether you're running away.
Yes, I know what you're getting at. If you went for the last 10 years to hide and work in America, now you want to run home.
Not even to hide and work. If you were there and you're good
with a green card.
Right, yeah, but the people who, citizens who just went for holidays and study and so on, we should make an attempt to bring them home. You can't bring them to Trinidad. bring them a little at a time. Ask other Caribbean countries to house them for you. It will be easier to spend.
But even if
How would you determine that a person is working out there? How you determine that?
But even if they go to other Caribbean countries, when they come here, they still will have to be in quarantine, and that's what they keep saying. It doesn't matter. Even if you leave a country and you're cleared of COVID, when you come, you still have to go through the quarantine.
I know, but you'll be closer to home now. It's one step, a stress off of your head towards releasing all the stress. You know, it is to be in a foreign country and you can't come home if you went for holidays. Yeah, they have to make an attempt now. They just can't say that. They have to do something. If they sit down together with all the Caribbean heads and other groups.
Well, sir, tell me something.
They've been doing it in batches as well, though.
I hold this view. This thing with COVID didn't just come in March, you know. Since January, the president has signed an order about this.
January 31st to be exact.
Right?
Yeah, I know, but you wouldn't believe the...
And you will still decide to go on a cruise knowing that COVID is out there?
And then there were previous announcements prior to the border being closed.
Yeah,
and persons did not listen. They did not heed that.
I don't think they had enough time to come home. Because even the cruise that went somewhere down the island, they said that Avinash Singh was the leader of that cruise. They brought them back, and she's in the government.
Listen, you had people leave Carnival weekend to go on cruises.
Yes. All kind of thing like that. Even the government had no right to have the Carnival celebrations this year. So that trigger off people.
Well, that is what I said. They are not going to postpone elections, just like they did not postpone Carnival.
Yeah, so they are part and parcel, but our people, I want them to come home. How? I don't know. The people who in authority, they should sit down and think somehow how we could help these people, not help them, bring them back. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. It's 15 minutes after the top of the hour. Let us take a short commercial break and we'll be right back.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liquor, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liquor, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
I have journeyed.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
My name with a golden pen, a golden pen. Sign my name, yeah. Anyway, we vote in PNM. Sign my name, it's a PNM pen, a PNM pen. I want you sign my name, it's a PNM pen. We vote in PNM.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
18 minutes after the top of the hour, continue to call us in on 636-7547, 2275739. To our listeners out there, remember tomorrow we have the political forum with Ved Seram. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ladies again.
Good afternoon.
Right, there are set up buildings in Port of Spain, nearby the Red House area. They spend millions of dollars. They could bring some of them how much they could afford. They have different floors in the buildings and them because they are very big buildings. But they could do something about it and help all the people outside there. But they want the Venezuelans to come and quarantine them, and they have place to quarantine the Venezuelan, but the Trinidad one, they don't have a same thing over and over, and they have place in town, about 4 billion by Milford and stuff along the savannah. Think about it.
Thank you, sir. One person texting in say, good evening, Miss Anne and Miss Nicole. The big picture is to keep the borders closed and everyone has a chance to come back home. But it was announced early, but Trinidadians like to take this thing for granted.
That's right.
And the next note, what the Coast Guard and the Air Guard doing to look after the borders. That's Casper Archie. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to the panel.
Hello, miss. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Good to hear from you.
I have a daughter in New York.
Mm-hmm.
2 grandchildren, a boy and a girl. And a great-grand. They are living there. They don't want to come home. I called my daughter. I said, how things? She said she's not going to work. What happens? She just drives to, she works in the airport. She just drives to work. The Prime Minister have a daughter in New York. She lives there. She married there. She don't want to come home. But people fooling people. And Kamala have a hell of a house. Kamala is a private house. We build a Hyatt down there. We have room in town to quarantine people. Kamala house is her house. PNM people too greedy, and I want to say what they are. They're greedy talking about Kamala house. Kamala big house she built for she and she family. The government spaces where he has to bring home the people. I calling a family. I just called someone down in Central. I'm calling them about 3 months now, and them is people that they retire. Them is people to go out the country, and them is sons PNM. I believe they out the country and want to come back. So you understand, Kamala house is her house. That is all I have to say.
Okay, you're responding to the people, caller who said that to quarantine them.
Yes, and that to be grudgeful. They mustn't grudge people for what they have. What Kamala have is yours, you walk and get yours too. I'm gone.
Thank you. 636-7547, 2275739. Do you know in the poll, the Louis Bertrand poll that was conducted, Nicole, corruption was on the least important on people's minds. They are more concerned about public utilities, water, electricity, and unemployment.
Yes.
And that is the major influence on voters' minds.
But that is what the candidates themselves have been saying.
Which political
every
party?
Every candidate has been saying the same
Promising
thing.
that for years. How long? There are places recently when I interviewed on Sunday, the coordinator for Sandy Grande.
Yes.
Right? He said for the UNC, there are still places in those settlements that don't even have running water.
Or electricity, yeah?
Yes. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Chris.
I have been hearing a PNM mantra. The what? The PNM is the only party to run this country, to manage this country. And we have a track record. People, examine the track record from 56 to now. Ask yourself, which party has been in governance the most, have the most resources, and were able to do anything they want to do? And ask yourself what the society is today and who is responsible. We have managed this country from 1956 to now, government after government. And in case you don't know, in 86, after 30 years of PNM rule, three stalwarts of the PNM, Carl Hudson Phillips, A.N.R. Robinson, and Sam Richardson, they couldn't take it no more. The corruption reached a point where these men were boiling. And they came out. They started 81 to agitate. 86, they beat the PNM report for the first time. What happened? That was the IMF. All the funds in this country dry up like nothing. A Prime Minister in Caribbean said them oil passed through like boom passed through train like those are salts. Imagine that. A Prime Minister in Caribbean say our oil boom money passed through like those are salts. And then guess what? PNM gone back in after the NR 5 years. And they remained there in 1995. In 95, do you know why they were removed? Police stations' phones aren't working. Police vehicles had no gasoline. The country had gone to a standstill again. You have opposition getting there. Build back up. Get things going. Then what happened? You move them again. And you bring back the PNM. And then come 2015 after that. You have these people come and opposition form government again. Build back up and put the PNM. And you know the PNM mantra, the treasury dry, they thief everything. They thief everything. But they open place shelter skelter. New projects all over. Where you get the money from? Your piggy bank? And they keep talking about day managing. People, wake up. The PNM has managed this country into depression, into throwing away all its money, and worse, turning away young people to criminals. Wayward criminals. There is no place in this whole world where you have so many programs for young people. MyLat, YTIP, CCC, name it, and they have it. And when all is fail, they give you 2 programs, CPEP, URB. And that fail too, they give food card. So we have, the PNM has a history of making people dependent, causing people to fail. And in case people want to question what I'm saying, ask yourself, how many people depend more on state handout, PNM or other party people? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you there, Chris. I was speaking about the election poll and the Louis Bertrand election poll, which was the closest to predicting the last general election. Now, I was speaking about the main things that attracted people, Nicole, and that was poor utilities, jobs, unemployment, and so on. After that came provision of health care, education, right? Road maintenance is something also very important on the minds of people. Hello, good afternoon.
Evening, Ms. Anne.
Yes,
yesterday was also we spoke about the coup yesterday, right? And I think due to the fact that that's what a threat to our democracy, the only, except Wenzel Eversley, I have to give kudos to him. He's the only person who has a kind of remembrance of that day. And for some reason, I don't know why the two prime ministers, past, present, and present before present, never paid any attention to it as a day of some form of, Thanksgiving or something. We're supposed to have something more than Wenzel Eversley. He's the only person held out so far. I think yesterday two other people joined him.
Yes.
Right? And I know the president, the prime minister, nobody made even the prime minister, the person that waiting to come back in the prime minister, nobody made even, a song. At least they could have been there, at least at that time, and he was there, or sent some representatives. Because, it's the reason we're going for elections is to have a democratically elected somebody to avoid what that opposed to what happened at that time.
In your area where you live, are you seeing the candidates?
Oh, well, Pagarat, that man. And
yeah, now that he's out of quarantine, are you seeing him?
Yeah, I've been some time, and the borderline is, I
you
borderline
met him?
tomorrow.
You met him? All right.
Now I get time to meet him. I just passed him in a motorcade. I didn't really see him. I just see the motorcade.
You're afraid because he was quarantined or what?
And then we bungee with Moruga table and Miss we call
with Gypsy and Miss Michelle Bertrand,
Benjamin
and the person and Nicole have been trying to reach. So have I. I've been trying to reach over.
I got a shake.
Well, at least you got a shake, and we're still waiting on a phone call.
That is it there so far.
And how does things look for you? How things look in that area? People, they don't care, or are they actively? I'm not telling you to predict who will win. How does the political scene look? People don't care, or are they coming out?
Well, a couple of them had a few that they were kind of despondent at the beginning when they choose Mr. Gypsy, but I don't know if that might be over right now, I think.
You are seeing supporters coming out?
Yeah, but I think Givenchy looking like they have a little edge in this side, looking so happy for now, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Judging from some of the videos that I would have seen on social media coming from that area in particular,
Princestown,
no, Moruga Tableland,
okay.
that
and it borders Barry Padarat.
It's like a carnival like atmosphere down there
in Moruga.
Yes,
because I spoke on Friday with this other candidate, the independent candidate, and well, he is claiming that he has all the support. Okay. You know, every candidate thinks they will win.
Of course, everybody goes in there confident.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ladies. Just tell me something now. I don't know if I hear incorrectly, but to me, it's a long time I haven't heard Kingsley on the program.
Yes, that is true.
I wonder if he will, right? Because he's a man who missed the program, you know.
I know. Well, if he's listening, maybe he will call in.
Right, yeah. Kingsley calling? Well, right, yeah. Thank you. Right.
Okay. You know, two callers, regular callers we haven't heard for a while is Miss Madras.
Yes.
And Kingsley. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Anne.
Hello.
And good afternoon, Miss Nicole.
Good afternoon.
Well, the reason why you're not hearing Kingsley because Kingsley has promised the leader of the opposition the head of the Laventille West candidate on a platter. So he's campaigning in a hopeless endeavor to make sure Laventille West goes yellow. Sorry for him. Better he go and plant corn and concrete.
Lord. Eric, I just buy some corn today, you know. You make me think twice if that corn will boil.
I have some in the refrigerator there.
Anyway, you know, I listened to your caller about 2 callers back who had this morbid dissertation of the PNM in office. And it really and truly beguiles me because my view is 180 degrees different than what he portrays. I would admit that there were people in government who, for selfish reasons, took what they ought not to have taken in that they were corrupt persons. But when I look at what the PNM did in office, particularly post-1973, as you know, that is the time when we had the oil boom, one cannot argue with that type of development.
It was the PNM in office who decided that even though in Caroni they haven't voted for the PNM since Adam was a boy, they would build Point Lisas. Point Lisas is the gem of the Caribbean, and one of the greatest manufacturing marvel in the Caribbean. Point Lisas itself, as an industry, has been copied around the world where persons have had hydrocarbon because of what we have done there, what Professor Ken Julian did there. And when you look at when the PNM came back in office back in 1991, just around 92 with Mr. Manning, they went and they built the Labre Industrial Estate. They didn't get time to develop it because when the UNC came in office, they decided that farmland miscam, which Mr. Manning had planned for there, should not go there. So they stole it and they brought it to Couva North, which is north of the Point Lisas development. And Labre Industrial Estate had suffered since then. But the PNM had always been on development. When Mr. Manning said he wanted to build a smelter plant, he warned us. He said the standard of living that you have grown accustomed to will diminish if I do not do the things that I want to do. Let's say no smelter plant, no polypropylene plant. All of these things, you're trying to grow the economic pie so that everyone will have a larger slice of the same pie. The PNM had always been there for development. It is they that built the Sir Solomon Hochoi Highway. They built the junior secondary and senior secondary, which eventually morphed into common secondary schools in the country. They tooled the manufacturers in this country. In fact, manufacturers in this country will tell you, it was the move made by George Michael Chambers back in 1984 around there to ensure that they were retooled and ready, that they became the tigers in the Caribbean, manufacturing virtually everything that everybody in the Caribbean bought. And because that we have a healthy manufacturing sector in Trinidad, that is the PNM again. Listen, I don't have room on this program to tell you all that the PNM did while it was in office. And they were very positive towards the development of this country. I know for sure that when they attempted to bring sandals to Tobago, everybody who wore yellow did not want it. As far as they're concerned, no sandals. And I would not forget the day they announced that sandals had decided not to come anymore. The leader of the opposition appeared in a laughing interview. She was glad that they were gone. But what was sandals? Sandals was to produce more jobs, to get our foot in the tourism door, and to develop Tobago as a tourism product. So it could stand shoulder to shoulder with many other Caribbean islands, which are making millions from tourism. But they didn't want that anything to do with development. They don't want it. So at the end of the day, I am proud of what the PNM had done. And even while we are trying to do things here right now, which is better for Trinidad and Tobago, you are stymied by the UNC. Power in this country, and quite rightly so, is the reserve of the Parliament, not the Cabinet. So Cabinet can wish, they can wonder, but it is the Parliament to deal with the situation when you want to make transformational changes. Imagine, for more than the last 10 years, you are only collecting 60% of your revenue. And you have a way in which you can attempt to fix it or fix it, which is the Revenue Authority. But you need the vote of the other side. And for the last 10 years, they have refused to vote in order to correct a system where you can have more revenue, where you can take care of CEDA people, where you can take care of potholes, where you can maintain your hospitals, where you can do other things. They don't want that. They don't even want the people to pay property taxes. You have to pay property taxes because, after all, who will collect your garbage? I mean, it could just collect by itself. So they don't want you to pay property taxes. I mean, everything you try to do in this country for the betterment of this country has been stymied by the UNC, and they would never admit that. Look at the thing they're talking about now. Do you know the PNM have the borders open, everybody coming in? Who thought that said that crime only taking place on land, not on sea, and she's sending back the OPVs 10 years ago? Patrick Dotish, we don't need any OPVs.
Why are the OPVs not used to protect the borders?
Because of the fact that the UNC did not want them there. I know that when the UNC sent them back, there was celebration in the drug manufacturing and producing quarters in Venezuela and Colombia. There was high celebration. Everybody celebrated when they sent them back, right? But the point remains that we are seeing today how vital they are. And let us hope that those 2 boats ordered from Australia will get on the seas to assist us in protecting our borders. So again, and I want to say to you, I think the PNM performance in this country has been stellar. I think we have done an excellent job. We could have done better if we had the cooperation of people who claim to love this country. Thank you, Al.
Thank you very much. Well, just to note that on the area of road maintenance, I have noted that the UNC scored higher than the PNM.
Right.
In the poll that they did. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, and you know who else I don't hear?
Yes.
But the one who just said buy a bag of sugar and a bag of rice and run away with the bag of money.
A woman or a man?
The man from Movan. Who run away with the bag of money. You know, you can remember him, and a good-looking man is when you have money.
Really?
You remember that man?
I don't know.
Since the bell ring. I hear him on this program, I hear him on another program.
He is from Is he from Belmont?
No, he's from Movan. He's from Movan.
Oh, okay.
He does say, when you have money, you're good looking. and buy a bag of rice, buy a bag of sugar, like he alone could buy a bag of rice and bag of sugar. I don't know since the bell ring, I ain't hear him at all.
Do people still buy bags of rice?
Don't worry with him, where you going with bag of rice and bag of sugar. Don't worry, that man is
the economics today. I don't think people buy bag of rice anymore.
And Mr. Elsdell? Mr. Elsdell had to remain with PNM until he dead. If you see anything wrong against them, trouble take him. I see what they do with Selwyn, you know. Selwyn was one decent gentleman, and they bring him down when they couldn't, they tend to kill him. People, so much of blood on PNM hands. Every time I study what PNM do with good people, and what tears that come from my eyes. Selwyn was inside there. Selwyn was high in the PNM, and as he come out, they start to say bringing drugs in the country. And the family Selwyn come from, there was PNM, and I used to go and iron for Yancy. And sometimes the lady used to cry when I done with she. She used to tell me, don't start no more clothes yet. Time to come to the table and no more politics when you reach here. Nice, decent people. When I see what PNM do with them people and them too much of blood. The Indians and them, they hate the Hindu and the Muslim. They hate to see how the children growing up nice and making nice family. They tell them they make a rule they mustn't marry. They want them to go and have a child 12 and 13 years. PNM, cause. I'm gone.
Okay, take care. 636-7547 227-5739. Call in if you wish to have a say on the program. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon again.
Hello.
I will boost the numbers 26. Wait, rather than have it come back. How much taxes goes on today? You couldn't say that. What happened to Petrotrin? What happened to the plywood factory? What happened to them things? You couldn't talk for food, not for oil. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. We welcome all views on the show. Everyone is welcome to express their view. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, Anne. I want to address what my friend Eric just said.
Go ahead.
Did a Caribbean leader refer to those assaults to the oil boom? Yes. What that means, they went through like a purge. Did Louis Lee Singh, former mayor of Port of Spain, top TNMite, what did he say? Dr. Williams did not handle the corruption, Privat and O'Halloran, and that has brought a culture of corruption in this country, those countries today. He's talking about what the PNM did. I'm talking about what they didn't do. We shouldn't be looking for infrastructure development now. The amount of money passed through this country should be shining like a gem. Everybody here should be happy, healthy, educated, good jobs. The place should be booming. But you see this donkey logic you have, the donkey logic of the PNM. Hey, the bill point says, hey, hold on. You say put it in the Indian area, in a UNC area. But let me remind you of something that sorry. Let me educate you. The Point Vista Industrial Estate could not be built where you have wind going to a place where people live in. In other words, it couldn't be in populated areas. It had to be on the west coast. You take the west coast, and the only place on the west coast where you had a mangrove swamp that you could you could reclaim land and put an estate was in Cuba. They didn't put it because of the UNC. They had no place else to put it. So in case you're not educated and you don't have the sense to understand it, today I'm going to some sense I can understand it. And I'm saying to you, Mr. Eric, before you come to tell me about the Ho-Choi Highway extension from Chaguanas to San Fernando, ask yourself how much could have been done with the money that passed through this country. Go, if in case you never went to Toronto, go to Scarborough, by Scarborough Towers, and look at those towers put up by John O'Halloran with the money of people of this country, and ask yourself what that money was done here for our children, our old people, people who slave. And now today, they can't even put a proper meal table. They don't have enough money to buy medication. And that's what I'm talking about. Not an extension of a highway. What they did with our money that could have had this country shining today. And you come in and tell me what, you are amazed. 180 degrees. Yes, thank you. I know you think 180 degrees. According to my friend Jack Warner, donkey logic. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. I was dealing with the Louis Bertrand election poll, and amazingly, under the area of crime, Nicole,
yes,
the PNM walked away with 35% of the votes, while the UNC obtained just 25%. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
Now, I would like to respond to that PNM caller from Orangefield Road in Karapichaima. Now, Mr. Manning, the reason why he wanted the offshore patrol vehicles, because he wanted to police the entire Eastern Caribbean, because he said drugs are being transshipped and from Barbados and Grenada and so on. Now, we know for a fact that most of the drugs are not coming through there. They are coming through from Guayra and Tucupita, through the Gulf. And I wanted to tell Eric, these OPVs were being built by Vosper Thornycroft of England. Now, they changed the name from Vosper Thornycroft because that British company, they build warships and so on, submarines and frigates and corvettes and destroyers, etc. So why did Manning want to patrol the Eastern Caribbean when the American government have the South Atlantic Fleet and the British government has 2 destroyers patrolling the Caribbean Sea for drug interdiction? So it was a waste of time. There are 12 ships now docked in Chaguanas, and Rowley is on record as saying they don't have fuel to run them on the seas. Therefore, the drugs and the illegal immigrants from Venezuela and the guns can come into Trinidad. But Mr. Eric wouldn't tell you that. He talk about Point Visas. Now, Point Visas is a very, very good idea from the PNM government. But today, there are about 11 plants there shut down because they cannot get natural gas. And we were one of the biggest producers of methanol. Now, that is no longer so. But Eric only comes on this program here until half-truths, you know. And let me give you one example. He's talking about Point Visas there, and he wouldn't say that the mainly people who are employed there of a certain ethnicity, but he wouldn't say that, but I know what he means. And when I left Presentation College, I applied for a job at Federation Chemicals Limited. Today, it is known as Yara, and it closed down about 2 years ago. It was an American company. I applied for a job there as a trainee chemist. And guess what? I had the qualifications there, and they didn't give it. When I wrote them back and said, why? Mr. Paul Gurley, the personnel manager, called me in. He was the new personnel manager from Tennessee. And he told me he was shocked to know that the Eric Williams government gave instruction to Federation Chemicals Limited, which I said is Yara now, and it just closed down about a year ago. He gave instructions that only Africans must be employed there. And he was shocked that Eric Williams' government had this racial policy at Yaga there. And I want Eric to address that. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Listeners, let us take a short commercial break. We are way beyond time to take a commercial break, and we will be right back.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is a PNM power. PNM, a positive healing power. PNM, moving forward together. PNM, introducing Rishi, my brother.
All of we is one family. All of we is one family. Working together to build this country. When the world was breaking, everyone agreed. When the world was breaking, we happy it was seen. And that is why we voted for our country.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liquor, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liquor, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Cunupia, for all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters and water pumps, plus all parts for Gould, Pentax and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BT Sino, Leviton and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Cunupia.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Cunupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
It is back. Talk Your Talk is back. This is Mukesh Baburam inviting you to join me right here on U975 FM for the return of Talk Your Talk from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy your favorite segments and feel free to make your comments as we journey together. So join me, Mukesh Baburam, for Talk Your Talk. Talk Your Talk.
7 minutes before the top of the hour. Let's get right back to the lines. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon again.
Yes, welcome.
Just very quickly, I forgot to tell you, those same OPV vehicles, which were supposed to be sold to Trinidad and the government canceled, the PP government. Those were sold to Brazil because Brazil has a coastline of thousands of miles and they have oil wells in the sea offshore and they are more suitable to that country because Brazil is the 5th largest country in the world in terms of land size. Not only did they buy it, but they went into an agreement with that British company which produces the OPV to build an additional amount of OPVs in Brazil, in the factories in Brazil. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. We had a number of calls during the commercial break. Listeners, try and call as soon as the commercial break is over, not during the commercial break. Hello, good afternoon.
So my good friend Dr. Lutchman confirms that nothing was wrong with the OPVs as they contended that they had to send them back. Something wrong with them. Brazil bought them and they're working fine in Brazil.
So yes, he basically agreed that it is workable.
Yeah, nothing was wrong with them. Listen,
Eric,
Dr.
you know
Lutchman
you raise a lot of feathers here when you call in, eh?
Well, I don't intend to. I don't intend to. Just some people get my goat very early in the program. Let me just say this to you. Dr. Lutchman was correct that Mr. Manning did intend to patrol the islands up north, perhaps even as far as Dominica. Let me tell you something. The 360-degree radar that we use for security in this country, its repeater station is located in St. Vincent because the Caribbean, where land space is concerned, is so small. We have to put it on land space in St. Vincent. We have to have this type of synergy and security with these islands. And let me tell you primarily why. If you ever enter a supermarket in any one of those islands up there, you'd swear you're in a Trinidad supermarket. Virtually everything you see inside of there, made in Trinidad. Those islands up north are our markets. So you see, if you work in a manufacturing concern in Trinidad, and you have your mortgage to pay, and you have a job with them, and they are manufacturing to export up the islands, what Mr. Manning was attempting to do was to preserve your job. Because Mr. Manning contended that after you drive the drug dealers from our shores, they would go up north to the other islands and pollute them, because once you move them from one island, they goes to another. And he felt that if you were to be able to protect this necklace of islands from the jaws of the drug dealers, you would also preserve your market, so you'd have to be able to constantly export to these markets. So that is why Mr. Manning was saying that. I would only say one other thing to you, Anne. Somebody said that Dr. already said that there was no diesel to run the boats.
Yes.
Well, I am an avid listener to news and everything else, and I never heard that. I don't know where they heard it from.
Well, you know, I have been hearing since last week people have been making that claim.
I never heard that. I never heard that. I don't know where they got that from. But if they know that,
well, I don't know if it is a misconception how a country like Trinidad cannot have fuel. This is what amazes me. That is why I kept bringing it up.
What I heard Dr. Rowley said is that between Toco and Mayaro, that point, the boats which are purchased, none of them, the Coast Guard said, is capable of patrolling that sector. None. Right? So I don't know why they keep trying to find justifications for the UNC government sending back the OPVs when they knew that those boats were vital to our security. Those boats would have stopped a lot of guns from being on the street, killing people, robbing people, all kind of things, having drugs on the street, having us be one of the biggest drug exporters in the Caribbean, Trinidad. I mean, all of that it would have stopped. But when we sent them back 10 years ago, in Venezuela and Colombia, the drug producing and distributing cartels, they were happy like puppy. They were glad. They were wishing the UNC had stayed in power for the next 20 years. So at the end of the day, they know it was a wrong decision. And let me hear what's happening this time around.
Okay, thank you. Sounds like there's more in the mortar than the pestle. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes.
Eric, if your PNM party had done so much good, you wouldn't have to be campaigning now for them. All right.
Okay, hello, sir. All right, well, every political party campaign, I mentioned at the opening of my program how much in the USA they are campaigning right now, even Donald Trump and the other parties, how much they are campaigning, and the role and position that women have finally gotten, even 100 years after women have won the right to vote in the United States. It will be the first time it may get its first woman vice president. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to the ladies there, Ms. Duki.
Yes, I'm alone.
Yeah. Oh, Ms. Duki, I know you are a good researcher.
Mm-hmm.
How do you research the achievements of the UNC when they were in power? And the events or the achievements of the PNM in this 5 years? And give us
a comparison?
Yeah,
well, some of it is given in the Bertrand poll.
Well, I don't understand. I really listen to this program.
Yes, well, the UNC have fared better in terms of road maintenance. In terms of crime, I was very surprised that the PNM have fared better.
Yeah.
Yes. And as time go on, I will read out some of the other results for you, okay?
But I don't want that from there. I want you to do research and find out what it is.
You want my poll, you want Ann Duki poll?
I want your Ms. Duki poll.
Okay.
All right.
Right, sir, I'll work on that. 636-7547, 227-5739. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
You know something I had heard on the news, like I said, don't forget, that within 2 OPV boats, if it had come here, they brag and they see. Trinidad would have like a ring of steel around it. The borders will be protected. Yeah. After that, I hear the damn thing cancel. It canceled. Why they cancel it, I don't know. Who big bright idea was this? No, I do not know why they want to put the late Patrick Manning as a man who was so good to this country. Who it is that started a big gang in Port of Spain? Who it is invited these so-called gang leader / community leaders and to that big meeting they had in that big time hotel? People don't remember all these things. He is the father of the criminal activity. I don't know if people have a short memory, but I don't have a short memory. I can remember everything and I could say some things, but I don't have backup. I have hearsay about that same Patrick Manning and that stadium. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's just top of the hour. Let us take a top of the hour break, and when we come back, we will entertain much more of your calls.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 97.5 FM. Music for you. It's all about you.
U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Caricare International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card, and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rocha Douglas Road, Barraco, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
I have journeyed. Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
It's a PNM power. A positive healing power. Moving forward together. Introducing Rishi, my brother.
All of we is one family. All of we is one family. Working together to build this country. When the world was breaking, everyone agreed. When the world was breaking, we happy for see. And that is why we voting for our country.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
This is Samaru Ramu inviting you on a journey down memory lane with enchanting songs on the program Nightline, Mondays to Thursdays, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Let your heart sing along with the music on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNL.
That was a paid political announcement.
7 minutes after the top of the hour, listeners and viewers on Politics 2020. Welcome back. Good afternoon. Yes?
Dr. Lachman took pains to explain that those Udbis were supposed to traverse the Caribbean, where the Brits and the Americans already did a job there.
Yes.
What we needed were vessels to actually guard our borders where South America is concerned. He went on to show the size of Brazil and the need for that in Brazil with their offshore investments. That had nothing to do with us.
Nothing to do with
That's like
Trinidad.
taking a hammer to kill a fly in Trinidad. But we have 12 boats parked up in Chagaramas. I'm not carrying that.
Well, I keep saying that. That
Donkey
is
logic
what,
ain't
yes,
talking
from
that at all.
the Damian vessels.
Donkey logic ain't talking that. I want to hear about the 12 boats in Chagaramas. that could actually do the job in this place here. Forget OPVs, that gone.
You know, when people call in or they text in and they ask about what about the Coast Guard and the Army and what they are doing, what are they doing with those vessels? I keep asking that.
And let me tell you something, Anne. If you go on Labrador, you go on Gun Hill, you go on Capville, the Americans had built some structures there that they have the soldiers on the coastline looking out. They didn't have them kind of where they have now. They actually use binoculars to police the coastline. Those places are still there, standing there. You wouldn't put the regiment there. You would have the Coast Guard station there. You have in Shangaramas and 12 vessels sit down there. But wait. I want them PNM people to understand something, especially like Eric so. I want to know this virus, if it come and ask you, is PNM or UNC?
Well, I hear many people asking that. COVID wouldn't ask if you're what party or what race you belong to for that matter.
And when this thing hit this country, if they think Italy had it bad and Spain had it bad and America had it bad, wait, this little country here, wait, it will show up here. And I'm not wishing that, you know. I'm not wishing that. I hope it doesn't happen, but so help me God, I can see that happening. Thank you.
Thank you. 636-7547, in case you have missed our number. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Very quickly. There was diesel in the country, but the money allocated to the Coast Guard ran out, so they couldn't buy it. It was prohibitive to buy those diesel fuel to run those Coast Guard vessels to protect our borders.
So wouldn't that... Why would the money run out to buy the fuel? Wouldn't that be budgeted?
Well, the budget, but it's finished, and Dr. Rowley said that. So I don't know. When Dr. Rowley speaks things which shows that the PNM government cannot govern properly, Eric switches off his ears, so he cannot hear it. And I want to ask Eric, Mr. Chinley, a former PNM Minister of National Security, the man who is infamous for Operation Anaconda and Baghdad, why was he given permission to use this business place as A1 in Shagaramas as an official port, bringing people from Venezuela through there? And when they come there, the custom officers and the immigration officers disappear. So I want to ask Eric, was that port used as an entry for illegal immigrants, drugs and guns in this country? Because he's a PNM minister? Eric, if that is so, and you suspect it, you should condemn them outright. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. I keep referring to this Louis Bertrand poll and what is on the top of the minds of voters, and its utilities, water, electricity, also unemployment, jobs. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, sir.
It's me again. I want to know how much functional helicopters we have there. I understand they all need maintenance.
Well, they are all more or less down.
Yes, $200 million. And we don't, and I repeat it, we don't have a rescue helicopter pilot in Trinidad. There's an English company who carries work people to the platforms. They have a contract, and I was told very straight by one of the pilots that come 31st of January every year, 31st of December, a contract for $55 million is awarded to that company to do the rescue, just in case we do have to have a rescue. And why, I can't understand why $200 million for helicopters, and who is the agent that supply those oversized helicopters to the Trinidad and Tobago government? There you have it again. Commission. Those boats that they say they don't have any mechanic, those boats could work. Let one of the, I hate to use this word, but it sounds racial. Let them Indian fellas get in on them boat to fix it and see how quick it'll be zooming down the road. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. 636-7547, 227-5739, or call us Text us in on WhatsApp on 378. We are receiving your text 378-4975. Good afternoon.
I was again, I'm glad that the last caller there, I mentioned the helicopters. Because again, Rowley is on record as saying that those helicopters are too expensive to run, the amount of fuel. And in order to show how expensive they are, he criticized Kamala Prasad Bissessa when she was Prime Minister for using the helicopter to transport her between San Fernando, home in San Fernando and Palmis, and Port of Spain. He said how much it was costing and when she could have used her car. So again, it's a cost, a matter of course, and the government didn't want to spend the money to patrol our skies and our coasts, because of that. But they have money to pay $26 million to rent Al-Rawi's property. Thank you.
Thank you. Continue to call us in and tell us what's on your mind. How are you handling the 12 days coming up to the general election? Many people are expressing their views, dissatisfaction with the current government. Some of them hoping for a new government in office. And I was referring to the Louis Bertrand election poll. Strangely enough, both political parties, they fared very closely, very narrowly between certain issues, matters like public utilities, water and lights, who is the best party capable of handling these issues, corruption, crime, drugs, the economy, some of which of that we will discuss tomorrow with Ved Siram when he joins us on the Economic Forum. Good afternoon.
Good day again, Miss Anne.
Yes, good day.
Well, I got some water earlier today.
Oh, thank God.
Right, Freeport. And I get about a barrel of water. Right, and the water came again. But I had to waste about a next barrel of water to start to get back clean water again. The water like Moby.
Oh my.
Look, right now
have you complained to anyone about that?
I wish I had I didn't know about this thing to send a picture to you. I have it in one of them a little water bottle.
Why would you send it to me? You have to send it to Wassa.
Well, I send a picture because I don't know how to operate it.
Yeah, or your phone. Yes, you should send it to Wassa, or put it on Facebook. Let somebody put it on Facebook for you.
Because I still have to pay my water rate.
Yes, I know. That is why I keep calling for the metering system. Pay if you get and don't pay if you don't get. Simple as that.
I'm calling for the water meter. I calling for it too. But the thing is, you could still have to pay the water rate because they wouldn't take back some of the water and give you clean water.
Well, that is true. But it's your right to complain. You have a right to get clean, drinkable water.
And they say
that means that the filtering system is not working properly.
I figured to give
and you are Freeport, so you would be getting water out of the Caroni water treatment plant.
I figured I get it from the river, not from the treatment plant.
Well, it seems so.
All right, okay.
Thank you for calling and telling us. 636-7547. Remember, at the top of the hour, just after the 6 p.m. news is Talk Your Talk with Mukesh Baburam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anne.
Hello.
How are you today?
Very well.
Nice. That is good. Stay well, eh?
Yes, always.
I hope when you stay well, it will get enough water for people to get.
Yes, I thank God I have a good supply of water.
Yeah, well, where I live here, I have a good supply. I can't complain. Now, that last caller, away from the radio, so I didn't hear, but I know the complaint was about water.
Yes, and the quality of it.
But two things. Right now, the water coming very dirty on my end.
Right.
Two things about it. We lack unity in this county, in this village, wherever the village is.
Mm-hmm.
Because if a village is not getting water, everybody's supposed to work with each other to lobby the MP, the councillor, whoever, to get water. Not one person trying to fight a case and everybody benefiting. You understand?
Typically, in my village, the same things happen.
Yeah, so that
is the attitude of Trinidadians,
That is one of our downfalls.
They want one person to take the responsibility for complaining and everybody else will stay put and benefit from it.
No, and if they don't benefit, they come back and they blame that person. You see that person? Ting, ting, ting. But if they benefit, then they take self-praise.
They will take praise for it, of course. The same thing happens in my community.
You understand? So there is no community unity. But at times, yes, there is community unity.
But that is why there's a breakdown of community centers and so on.
Yeah.
Those things like they hardly exist anymore.
But at times there are community unity, because I saw in my district 2 weeks ago, when somebody passed away, everybody pulled their weight, and everybody helped in whatever way they could.
You know, even your religious bodies and organization, I'm glad you brought up this topic. They are supposed to be part of this community spread and helping.
Yeah.
Right?
But everybody says, I, me, and myself.
It's not just on one person back.
Right. Now, I was trying to get you to the idea that day because I am shocked at some of the figures released by your colleague. What's your name? Siram.
Ved, yes.
Was it Ved or the other guy?
Ved
No, not Sunday. During the course of the week.
David Granger?
Yeah, well, I can't remember. But
I had two guests. Which one? Siram?
I think it was...
Oh, Mr. Maraj.
No, the NIS fella.
Mr. Sat Maraj.
Right. Well, I wanted to be sure of his name.
Yes, he will join me back sometime.
The thing about it is based on the stats he gave, the unemployment situation has increased in this country over the last 5 years. But yet, this current administration continue to beat the chest to say unemployment is single digits. You understand? When in truth and in fact everybody knows that it is not single digits. Correct?
Yes, go ahead.
I was just hearing an analysis of the Guardian survey, of the Guardian media survey. The poll. Now, interestingly, 30% say they're worse off, 43% say nothing has changed over the last 5 years. That is 73%. 27% must be here, there, or anywhere. But that is in the not in the majority, in the minority. You understand? So how can politicians continue to fool us and tell us, well, we have seen everything built over the last 5 years, whatever. I listened to a snippet of last night's PNM meeting, and the candidate for Faizabad say, well, since I get selected, we put 20 street light here, we do this day, so why did you wait till then to agitate and advocate for your constituency? If you are a constituency person and you're on the ground, you're supposed to know what your constituency, especially if you're with the ruling party, irrespective of which party is the ruling party, right? You get my drift? You understand? So don't come and tell me that since you get selected as the candidate, you put on 20 street light, and you do this, and you do that, and somebody thinks you never did because it was in motion already.
You're saying why wait till you are selected as the ruling party candidate? It should be done irregardless.
As any party candidate.
It should be done irregardless.
Right, because, I mean, I know you play a thing from the Cuba South PNM representative who says he's going to bake agriculture, he's going to do this. Why wait till you get selected to make these kinds of promises, and before that, you never did? You understand? So I'm telling the people, you got to think twice. You got to think hard. You got to think long. Your thinking might be unpopular, but think within reason. That whoever you put there is either they do a good job or they don't do a good job. And the second thing is, if you see the right to recall, if after 2.5 years you ain't performing, tell you go home.
Well, that is something have never been implemented in this country.
It was never implemented. And I think we need...
The right of recall, yes.
Need to demand when the people come to shake we hand. Don't forget about social distancing. Them I know nothing about that. When they come to shake we hand, say, look, if you have performed for the 2.5 years...
You know, you missed the opening of my show. I made that statement about politicians when they come.
I now joined the show.
I spoke about that, how difficult it is to reach them now. What would happen when they get power?
Right, the last thing.
And secondly, should member of parliaments be ministers of government?
Yeah, you just catch hell to me them.
Yes.
You just catch hell to me them. I can't say that about Tim, eh? Tim was meetable in terms of when you make up appointment to see him. You understand? Well, I mean, I never had no bad experience with. I know a lot of people have had, right? Maybe my name. But Gypsy spoke as the chairman of the NCC the other day, so that means he getting paid to go and campaign technically, because he's not at his desk, but he's on the campaign trail and he's still holding down the position of chairman of a state enterprise, if you want to call it that. You understand? And it begs the thing. I like teachers. When you put yourself up and you get selected, I know you just have to resign your job with immediate effect. So I'm saying what is good for one is good for all.
Yes.
I know the ministers will have to continue as ministers until the end of the term or until the election day, the election day. But in other circumstances, if you are thinking of a state enterprise, etc., you're supposed to give up that portfolio with immediate effect upon being selected to serve to run as a candidate. There are many flaws in the election situation as it stands, and I hope that we, the populace, will now look into these and continue to comment on these, and not just leave it up to the 4 3/4 years after and say, well, look, this should be done and that should be done. We have to continue beating the drum. We have to continue agitating and advocating for what we think and we know, and we may be right. It's right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 636-7547 2275739. I'll read some of the WhatsApp messages in a bit. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. That caller left us. One person was talking about welcoming in the Venice. I'll read that after this caller. Good afternoon.
And this unemployment thing, Wade spoke of 80,000 persons who have lost their job.
No, you misinterpret. There are 80,000 persons presently employed in the public service.
Okay.
And that needs to be cut down.
Good. How many people lost their jobs? But let me tell you something. Let me tell you real statistics.
There's a 24% unemployment rate.
Right. Let me tell you real statistics in this country. When people go to CPEP, when we go to YTEP, when people go to the CCC, if you go there and you went there 4 times a year for different little contracts, do you know that you are actually placed on the record as 4 persons being employed? Not one person. So the same 20,000 people, 4 times, it is 80,000 jobs created. It is 80,000 persons, This time the same 20,000 4 times, This is what I am telling you. What I have had the knowledge of. I've been there. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. I questioned it. They tell us to do so. They tell us to do it this way. So all this stupidity we've been talking in this country about unemployment. You have more people employed. Well, let me just explain something too. If everybody in this country today was put to work in CPEP and URP, we're going right back to slavery. Because I tell you something, in slavery, you had 100% employment, Not one person was employed, But what was just standard of living? And Wade Siram made the point. The money you're working for, are you able to get anything for it? You had last time, they wanted the value dollar. They wanted the value dollar. Well, let me remind him something. The Grenadian, the Eastern currency dollar is more than twice ours. And the great father of the nation, when we became independent, he moved away from the EC dollar and tied to the pound and tied it to the US dollar. We were tied to the pound. And immediately our dollar was devalued by 50%. So if you went to the grocery yesterday and you bought certain things for 20 years and you're back today, the same thing will cost you $40. So that is the PNM legacy. Thank you very much, Anna.
Thank you. Continue to call us in 636-7547 2275739. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Hello, welcome.
What does our air guard do?
Good question. I don't hear about them much.
Right. And they have equipment, you know.
Of course.
Why don't they fix some of them boats and shagaramas, place them down here by the southwestern peninsula, use the air guard with the planes as spotter. And the boats had already been on this near the peninsula. The air guard fly them. When one comes down the coast, the next one must be going back up. And when they get sight of one of them pirogue coming with people, all they have to do is call the boat, and they know where they're going, because they will get them the coordinates for the direction from the plane. So I don't see what is the big problem. We have to use the equipment we got. And they can't use the helicopter because the helicopter is 600 gallons an hour.
Yes, it's very expensive.
Yes, and it's oversized. Too big. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. 27 minutes after the top of the hour. Coming up just after 6 p.m. is Mukesh Baburam, who is already in studio here. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, me again.
Hi.
Right. They have said that when I spoke a little bit just now, they say when you have a problem, you could go to MP. Right. But I catch my MP. Well, I don't know if it's before my MP, but this one, in Freeport area, Stanley Central. I catch him lying once. And when I mentioned about the illegal immigrants making a set of noise and having party and thing all night.
Yeah, the Venice.
Yes, he said, well, so what you want me to do for that? He representing the area. He is better than the police, you know. To my knowledge, he have more say than the police. I don't have to go to the police. I could go to him. He said, so what you want me to do for that? And I catch him lying once. He said he was inside my area for, I don't know if you all know about it, for the local election last year. I went to his office. I said, I didn't see all you come at all. He said, yes, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. The name of the place and everything. When he asked the girl Clark inside there, she was right there by the desk. He said, Mister, he wasn't inside there. He never go there. So I catch him lying in front of the case. Yeah. So already going on, he said what he could do about it when he making noise. So,
are they still disturbing you, sir?
Yeah, that is nothing new. That is nothing changed.
Is there an avenue you could report them like to community police instead of the regular police?
They have that?
Yes, there is community policing.
When? I just see none wrong by me.
Well, you will have to go to the station and ask. There is community policing.
When you go to the station, you say community police out on the road, which I don't believe. Right?
I know areas like Barrackpore and so they patrol.
Community police used to have all on the eastern middle. I used to see them when I used to be up on that side. Community police supposed to be perusing the community.
Exactly, that is their purpose.
Definitely so.
To protect their purpose is to protect and serve.
Just like the MP and the councillor, they're supposed to be walking the streets when I say full time, you know what I mean? At least once a month or twice a month and stuff. So they will get to know what the area is suffering from and what not. But you don't even see them even now, I didn't see them. Yes, thank you.
Unfortunate for you. Well, let me just read one or two of the texts there that came in on our WhatsApp on 3784975. One person speaking about the Venice says it's easy to say send them back because Trinis are living in a bubble. All me. If you had a leader like Maduro, you would run to save your family too. Good afternoon.
We don't know EGAT to keep surveillance. No. We have 2 360-degree radars. One in Diego Martin, one in Citrus. That picks up everything in the air and in the water. What we don't have is the will to do something right. Apart from EGAD, drones are used all over the world Drones are used to transport medicine, to send messages. Man, nobody flying them. They're cheap, they're inexpensive. We could have drones flying the Gulf. It's just a case of people don't care for anything that can be of service to the country. I'll tell you something. If drones had contract for millions of dollars, the skies would be full of them. If those radars had contracts for billions of dollars, they'd be working all the time. In this country is what have the money in kickbacks. And I go back, I refer to 1986, when they fired the nation, changed the constitution to fire the president, to fire the governor general, put a president, and all the commissioners are employed at his behest, appointed at his behest, to do what he wants. And that is political patronage, but go beyond it. You know what called executive decree?
Mm-hmm.
Executive. This country has been run by executive decree. You want something, go and lag the minister's foot. We have had stories of ministers who women had to perform all kind of accident to get a house. That's what this country is. Past change. People making billions of dollars. And we fighting one another, you know. Fighting one another. Thank you very much.
Unfortunately. 6367547. Another person say, I hear what you all saying, but take care of your own first. Take care of your own house. Put your own house in order. Don't take care of your neighbor, children, for the public to see you are a good person. You're not even taking care of your own people. This person is referring to the issue with the open borders and the Venezuelans entering the country. This person is alluding that Alia, well, he or she wrote it in colloquial language, saying, Alia must walk and see how much are your own people hungry and starving and need help. You should take one of them in. 636-7547 2275739. Continue to call me in or text in on WhatsApp on 378-4975. If not, we take a short commercial break. I couldn't reach Mr. Clyde Weatherhead at the time. Maybe I'll try again tomorrow. In case those listeners who were workers, the farm workers who called in yesterday, I did attempt to reach him. He's the best person to advise you, to give you legal advice on being unionized and having union representative for your issues. After the short commercial break, we'll wind up by examining some more of the election poll and where TNT stands today.
Following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM all the way on election day. It's the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the parties, hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations. Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Caricare International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card, and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rosha Douglas Road, Barrackpore, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is an invitation to join us on Friday morning, 7:30 in the morning, for a very auspicious occasion in the Islamic calendar. It's the 31st of July 2020. The equivalent in the Islamic calendar is the 10th day of the final month in the Islamic calendar, the month of Zulhijjah, the occasion of Eid al-Adha, Qurbani, the occasion of sacrifice. Join us here on U975 FM from the Warrenville Masjid and Islamic Center, Southern Main Road, Warrenville, for the khutbah to be delivered by Maulana Sean Taki. Join us if you can. The khutbah comes to you with the good wishes of our friends at Original Barbecue Hut of South Trinidad and Sheikh Lisha Limited. Assalamu alaikum.
This is Samaru Ramru inviting you on a journey down memory lane with enchanting songs on the program Nightline, Mondays to Thursdays, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Let your heart sing along with the music on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
It is back. Talk Your Talk is back. This is Mukesh Baburam inviting you to join me right here on U975 FM for the return of Talk Your Talk from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy your favorite segments and feel free to make your comments as we journey together. So join me, Mukesh Baburam, for Talk Your Talk.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNL.
That was a paid political announcement.
Just 18 minutes before the top of the hour. Welcome back to Politics 2020. Let's hear from this caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anne.
Hello.
This is the lady you call very disabled lady, right? You food care, right?
Yes.
I went to the I called
that I got a lot of blows for.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I went by Camille Regis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the lady said them don't give out no care day, right? And she gave me 2 numbers to call it to office. And when I call one of the office, which is the local government, telling me go back by Camille, and he say, I will call you back.
So they have you back and forth?
Yeah, and up to now, he never even called me back up to now. So
my advice to you would be to go back to the minister and tell the minister exactly what he said to you.
Which minister?
You went to Camille, you said.
No, but I didn't meet she. You can't meet she. You're meeting a lady in front.
Well, tell them that you went to the office or you called the office and they have you back and forth and you can't keep spending passage going back and forth.
But she say how she can't nothing for me, you know. She don't tell me she can't nothing for me.
At
you know.
the social development office?
Yeah.
You had applied for what? Unemployment grant?
No, the food care, right?
The food care.
Yeah, I was getting it, right? And they cut it off.
They cut
since
it,
June.
yeah. Since
They
COVID.
No, they give me March, April, and May, right?
You didn't get June and July.
Yeah, and when they say how it
Probably
in the office.
Probably is because of COVID and all of that. There was
No,
a
but
setback.
they say they have it in Maloney. The welfare center in Maloney, and the Maloney people telling me they don't have none there. When I call Friday, she tell me Mountain. And when you go Mountain, they tell you don't come yet.
You know, there's very little I could do, but thanks for
Yeah, I know.
highlighting it on the air. My advice to you would be, are you on Facebook?
No.
Your children?
Yeah.
Let them put up the matter on Facebook and see if you could tag the minister. Let them know that they have you back and forth. You can't keep spending your little money traveling back and forth and you're not getting this help. The candle will cost more than the funeral in the end.
Exactly.
You'll end up spending more passage than what you will get.
Mm-hmm. Because I have to go to myself.
Mm-hmm. You should go back to the office and let them know exactly what the person said to you.
All right.
And what about the people campaigning in your area? You ever tried to reach them?
I never seen none of them.
You only hear them?
I only hear and they come in, but I never seen none of them up to now.
Well, you should try and find their office, whether it's the PNM or UNC, either side. If I was you, I would also do that. And see
Well, I try meeting the PNM one.
Hear what I have to say. Right now, they are both in a tight race, neck or neck, and they both want to reach out to help people. So see if you could get the help from any one of your candidates.
But I don't know which party office is. I try looking for it, but I don't know which party office is.
That would be Vandana Mohit?
Yeah.
Oh.
That is the PNM person?
No, that's the UNC person.
Oh,
and the
no.
PNM person would be Clarence Rambarat.
Clarence Rambarat?
For the PNM in Shagwanas East, right?
No, it's in Orapun.
Orapun, oh.
Yeah.
No, well, ma'am, well, right now as I'm on air, I wouldn't be able to find that office for you. But
Yeah.
maybe if you could call me back tomorrow, I could probably try and research the information and have it beforehand.
All right.
I don't know, I can't research that right now.
Okay, Aunt.
All right, if you're listening to the program, I'll try and find out where the offices are and let you know.
Every day I listen to the program. I don't miss all you.
All right, well, I'll mention
But
it
just
to
don't
you.
call. All right, darling. Thanks.
Okay, take
Love
care.
you.
636-7547, 227-5739. You have just about a couple minutes to call in again on Politics 2020. Good afternoon.
I have certain areas in this country.
Mm-hmm.
People don't have to go to access anything no office, you know. They just come in the area and look after the people. You know that?
Yes, that is true, but also some of them access it online, but you know some of them are not computer literate and all of that.
What they're showing you is this political patronage. They will go in, look at Tobago East right now.
Well, you have TT pose the vehicles dropping off food cards for people
Yes.
at their homes.
And I hear some people getting 2 and 3 food cards, you know.
Mm-hmm, and I can't get one.
You see, this is the problem in this country, and people who could fix it, they will not fix it.
Yes,
And
yes.
the point why which will not fix it because when my party there, and my party do it, they're right.
I expect to get it. Yes,
When
there are
your party-
TT pose vehicles. They are being used, which should be used for only government purposes. They are dropping off food cards at the home of people. I know that. I've seen it.
Yeah, listen to me. The kind of thing that happens with state resources in
I
this
see it
country.
and I turn a blind eye to it.
The thing that happens with state resources in this country, there's no wonder why the population don't get goods and services. They're there for the few people who could control. And these politicians have it that way. And as far as I'm concerned, we, the people, are responsible. Because I've said before, You go to a PTA meeting, 220 class in the school, only 5 parents come, the same 5 come to every meeting.
Every
You go
meeting,
to-
that is so true.
Yeah, you go to the village council, and the same 4 people out
The
there. all
president
there.
and the secretary.
Exactly. They're not going to go out there but they'll come and they'll make noise with Chris, you know. They'll come and make noise with Anne, you know. Yes, they're not going to make this message, please. Take what they get. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Listeners, you can continue to call us in. We have just a couple minutes, just about 4 minutes again on the program before we wind down the program to make way for Mukesh Baburam, who is all dressed in green. He's dressed in green. I wonder, what does that indicate which party he is supporting? We have to find out soon. Dressed in green. And at 6 p.m. we have the 6 p.m. news update with Irma Ratan Singh. You can join Kenrick Jagannath in the morning with Nicole Duki.
He with
for
ILP.
You Talk. Hello?
He with ILP.
He with ILP? I'll have to find out that. I see he's dressed in green. Mukesh wouldn't get mad with me for saying that. 636-7547 227-5739. You know, I'm hearing more and more on the ground that ILP party with Mr. Jack Warner. They're making some inroads there in Lupino Bonnet West. Hello, good afternoon.
It's a miracle to get through.
Oh, really?
Yeah, how Eric and this guy you just...
Oh, they just get you? I don't know. They have a magic
my.
thumb.
It has something to do with timing and all too, eh?
Yes, yes.
It has. Anyhow, thanks very much.
Welcome.
My MP passed here today. My candidate for Caroni East passed here today.
UNC or PNM?
UNC.
Okay.
Yeah. Last week, the PNM candidate passed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me and she went to school together, you know. I tell she that I say, girl, a pretty girl, Sharon Archie.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyhow, she said, well, I hope you will vote for me. Now, I said, listen, I'm a taxi driver.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the difficulties
Right.
that you
couple years.
encounter? Tell me.
Yeah, the past couple of years, when the PNM gained power, the first thing when I go in grocery, 12.5% more in food. Gas raised once, twice, 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
When they was giving out, when you was getting the regular gas, I used to go at 3 o'clock in the morning to full, to go for 5 o'clock to go and work. They take away that gas. And the cheap gas.
Yes, I know.
Right.
Fishermen used to depend on that gas.
Right. So I tell she about it. I say, and you expect me to vote for that? Because that is what happened now. This is what's happening now. And I explained that to she. And she just say, all right.
What about the condition of your roads?
Well, if I tell you...
Being a
Vandana
taxi
do a-
driver, I'm asking you that.
This area,
Mm-hmm.
Vandana do a very good work in this area.
That would be Caroni East.
East, yeah. Well, I'm in Esmeralda.
Right.
Yeah, not too far from Babawani Pasad.
That's your neighbor. So the road is in good condition there. What about the supply of water?
The water supply, thank God for Pandy. I have to say, when I moved here 30 years ago, man, I used to have to dig a hole, put it 5 flats in the ground and full with a bucket.
Seriously?
Yeah. When I don't work and my wife don't work, well, it's trouble. We come home now, we fighting to cook. I'm talking about physical fight between me and she. Because there's no water. Yeah. But as I say, thank God for Pandy. The water pass on this side, so you know, it's distributed from here. You have to pass the water here, no matter what you do.
Right.
Yeah. Now, I hear this caller calling with this call regular and defend the PNM, talking about the OPVs. I don't want to call it name. I don't want to call it name, but anyhow, he talking about you. We don't have to worry about that. That worries is for the government ministers and them to protect the borders and whatnot. My worries was gas to go and work. My worries is when I go to the grocery, is how much I'm paying for something. And I could tell people, I'm telling people, that same Basdeo Pandey who they claim to be the biggest thief of all, he talked money about long ago. But that is the man who put a stabilization fund there. If he thief, but he save, who dip in their hand in it now? Making all kind of excuses to rake and scrape, like real pipers. They're like real pipers. Anyway, they get something, they go in, they go to sleep, and they get up in the night and they say, hey, you're going so I'll get something so. They're like real pipers. Nothing for nobody. I listened last night. I was watching the PNM had a thing on TV, and they're saying how much they give out and how much they give out. And if you calculate that, even Stefan on the morning show calculate, he said, "Boy, I not no mathematician, but he checking that money adding up. It ain't adding up." We can run in just and say, "Hey, you're wrong." We have a parliament for that. We have to deal with these things. And I don't want to go on too long because some of these callers must be waiting. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your call.
One thing before I go.
Yes.
To the UNC supporters.
Mm-hmm.
There are three types of people in this world. There are leaders, followers, and those who look on. And the people that looking on have to get up. Don't be no follower and don't be no look on. Try to be a leader and go and vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Oh, he left us. Well, as we will close with that statement and that last call, because I was just about to mention in my winding down comments that there are 40% of the voters who simply do not care which party is in power. They do not care which leader we has as a prime minister. But I see the lines keep ringing. Let's squeeze in this final call. Good afternoon.
And good afternoon to you, Anne.
Hello.
And how are you today?
Very well. I thought you went to Tobago.
Nah, I ain't going to Tobago. Why going to Tobago for? I live in Watson, Duke, to handle that. And they're in good hands.
Mm-hmm.
So all the ring-marong story that the leader of the PNM is talking and telling people, how can I add on the TV and radio and thing and say about now is the time to have a strong leader.
I feel like you like that ad, like it get to you.
No, you know what it get to me, Anne, is that the basic things that's in this country that the PNM did not focus on. You understand? And they open to help the Venezuelans and them, right? Nothing wrong in that. But they never put things in place for the people them. And when they come in here, what we'll do, how to monitor them, which part they go in and all this other thing. They had them hike all about. So when them outsiders now come, like let me say the illegal one them coming now, you don't know who is who. And you don't know who is who. So this is the problem here. And today you come now and this COVID thing, all of a sudden now, COVID thing now becoming a big issue now. You understand? And today the school, the children going to school, the tutor president say they put nothing in place for the children to go and sanitize their hands and so forth. You understand? Why let's take $22 billion on and let's be real. The people in this country today is looking forward for good things. I see the paving road and they passing the car and them straight and they going up the road and all kind of thing, and people still suffering out here. And the PNM have the goal to tell people that they handle this country good in 4.5 to 4.75 years. You understand? And today the people are still fighting and telling people that, hey, the PNM is the only hope for this country. I want to tell the people them something, and there is hope. And there is hope for the people in this country. You see, Jack Warner is fighting a seat. And I only hope the people make sure and put him there. Put him back. Because you know why? Because he will do a lot for them there. And the people in this country should put back the UNC back in office. You know why? Because everything will be in place. Because let me tell you something before I go. They have the children's school book, right? And the list. They say they had laptop. All of a sudden they take it off. But may I remind you, and I want to remind this country, if people jump asleep and go jump asleep, which I know, go to sleep, and PNM get back in power, September you're going to go and buy a laptop. When the People's Partnership was given, USC was given it free for all children, where you going to get $5,000, $6,000 and $4,000 to buy a laptop and in a hard time? And
yes, I'm listening.
Right. So in the end of the day, the people have a choice. You have a choice, and the choice is very, very clear. that the PNM is bad for this country. I see, what's her, Miss Mohammed, what's her again?
Nafisa.
Yes. I see she resigned from the PNM. You know why? Ask yourself the question why. Why the people, and I saw a lady down here fighting for Couva North under the PNM, telling people that she light up certain areas and she getting water for people and she doing it for people. And again, that is far from the truth. That is not truth. Why people listen them for? And this man from Point of Pierre, this PNM man, you understand? He telling people that he do a lot of things for them when he was in office and he lose election and they really didn't. I want to tell you something. Under the watch under David Lee, the member of parliament for Point of Pierre, he do so much for the people without office. You understand? And I can imagine when he gets into office and he become a minister, you will see the difference in Point 14. I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Take care, Sasha.
Take care. That is the last call. We have to wind down the program now. Mukesh is waiting to make his grand entrance into the studio for Talk Your Talk. The lines keep ringing, but we'll have to lock it off there for today. Call me again tomorrow. From 3 p.m. I will be in studio. Remember, from 4:30 p.m. Ved Seram joins me on the Economic Forum. Okay, where you can call in with all your questions on the economy. This is Ann Duki wishing you a good evening. And take care.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM all the way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police, hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM.